All right. Why are you laughing at the countdown?
I don't know, cause
It's so. I mean, I need to know where to mark the audio
I
in the
know.
video.
Go.
It's not.
Go.
It shouldn't be a point of contention anyway. Anyway, it's Hanging with the Joneses, episode 3. I am Rashad. This is
Keisha.
And again, this is just a podcast about marriage, life, and love. We talk about all types of things and really just about, what it means to be married in 2020 and whatnot. So just before we start with our topic, just want to kind of check in with you, see how things are going. How's life treating you this week? Well, last week, rather.
Last week. It's been pretty good. Last week, for some reason, I haven't been sleeping, so I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So hopefully this week, I get some sleep. It's like right when I fall asleep, I had to wake up. So hopefully I get some sleep this week.
Cool.
That's cool. How about your week?
It was probably my least productive week in several several weeks.
It was just spring break.
I know, but I feel like I've been on break for a whole month now, so I don't know. I was definitely chilling, so I didn't feel like doing anything. Today's the first day I worked out in 4 days.
Really? Is it?
Yeah, last time I did something was Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah, I walked, but I don't want to count that.
And that's a workout for me. I
Nah.
walked. So I've been working out because I walked.
My last workout was Wednesday. I ran this morning, so I felt good about that. Other than that, just trying to thrive.
Don't be petty, okay?
Just thriving and glowing. Anyway. But yeah, other than that, it's been pretty good. Just trying to get ready for actually having to work and what that's gonna look like, and all the kids gonna be trying to hit me up and not knowing what to do. That's gonna be fun. So much fun doing that. But I'm good though. So, ready to talk about what we want to talk about this week?
Right. Yep.
Wow. All right. So, what's the topic for this week?
We talked about our struggles with having children. Get us to the point where actually being able to conceive, and now as parents of 3 girls, So how it started, going back to when Rashad and I was dating, it was told to me since I was a little girl I would never be able to have children. So when Rashad and I started dating and when we started heading towards marriage, I was like, well, you might really need to think about this because I would never have children. And your response was?
Yes, you are.
And he was adamant. I'm like, no, for real. It's probably not going to happen. The doctors already said it ain't going to happen. And you were like,
yeah, you're gonna have kids.
And he was adamant, and I was like, yo, he's bugging because it ain't going to happen. Fast forward, we got married November 20th, which was on a Thursday. And a lot of people assumed that I was actually pregnant, but they didn't know that I never thought I would be pregnant. So it wasn't that we was getting married because I was pregnant. I felt like God was telling us it's our time to get married.
Pretty much.
And actually, God told me he's not going to bless this mess. So November 20th, got married. On my birthday, January 23rd, we conceived the first one. I knew instantly. I was like, I'm pregnant. Never been pregnant, but I just I'm pregnant. He goes, no, you're not. Something you always think. Pregnancy test. All came out negative. I'm like, yo, I really feel like something's going on. Go to Spartan Station. Remember that? I went to Spartan Station Clinic. So they're like, are you pregnant? I'm like, no. And he's like, well, is a possibility? Can you be pregnant? I was like, that's not what you asked me. I'm going, no. But before that, remember they had me taking that medication every 5 minutes because I was feeling so nauseous?
Yeah.
I'm taking this medicine. I'm like, dang, I'm feeling more nauseous. Go to the clinic. They do the test. And it was like, it's positive. I literally fainted. I was like, how? And I know they're looking at me like, okay, you're an adult. What you mean, how? How does conception happen? But I was like, this is not a possibility. They said I would never get pregnant. So they was like, well, have you been missing your menstrual? I said, I don't get a menstrual. I said, but actually, I'm on my menstrual cycle now. So then try to calculate. So they expect, I was like 5 months.
I don't remember.
You remember?
4 months.
4 or 5 months. I go back and tell him, I'm pregnant. Your face was like, right. So I'm like, oh crap. Like, what the happened? What? Like, what? So of course we had our firstborn. It's funny because even though I told you like I would never get pregnant, I had our first child name picked out like when we were dating.
Yeah.
And it's just weird, but I really didn't think I was gonna get pregnant. But I had the name. I wrote the name first, last name, the whole name.
No.
First, middle name, last name, the whole name. I wrote in my Bible. But I really didn't think it would ever happen. So had the first child. She was lonely, so we can't keep doing this. We can't do the three of us. We need another child. So after we agree on another child, I could not get pregnant. Doctors was telling me it's probably going to be hard. It may not happen. It wouldn't happen. But my oldest daughter kept telling me, Mom, it's a baby in your stomach. I see it. But every time I went to the doctor, it was negative. The pregnancy tests were negative. Remember they did an ultrasound? That was negative. But everything's come back negative. But my daughter kept telling me, Mom, it's a baby in your stomach and not seeing it. So after time going, I'm even like showing. I'm having the morning sickness, everything. I'm like really showing. And the doctors kept telling me like, you're not pregnant. So at this time we said, okay, we did the treatment, the pill, fertility pills.
Yeah.
We did the fertility. He was against it. I was like, look, if this is going to happen, I'm going to need help because I'm not getting pregnant. Take the fertility pill. I thought I took the fertility pill. I took a muscle relaxer. So I was, I was extremely high. I'm like, these fertility pills got me feeling good.
Oh my God.
So when I found out it was a muscle relaxer and I actually took the pill, went back in the doctor's office. I'm like, look, I took the pills. I'm still not like, what's going on? They took the urine sample, still not pregnant. I'm like, oh my, what's going on? So he goes in. He's like, I told my husband, I was like, if they don't tell me I'm pregnant today, I'm never ever mentioning it again because they thinking I'm crazy. I'm like, I'm having all these symptoms and they still keep telling me I'm not pregnant. And even the baby's saying like, Mom, you're pregnant. But all my tests kept coming back negative. So he put me in the room, the doctor, and he diagnosed me with like, it was 50 million things. He was like, my uterus is flipped backwards. I have a cyst on one of my fallopian tubes. The other fallopian tubes closed. Like, it was so many diagnoses. It was ridiculous. I was like, my uterus backwards. How do we flip that joint back? Like, what happened? Can we flip it back? I'm laughing, but I was like, what? How did that happen? So when he walked out, I just started laughing. And I was like, thanks God, I'm pregnant. So, of course, then they do the ultrasound. And they're like, we see something, but there's nothing in the sac. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, are you serious? So then had to do the blood work and see if my levels reach a certain level to confirm my pregnancy. And when they called me back, I was in my second trimester.
Yep.
And my second daughter due date was actually on my birthday. So first daughter conceived on my birthday. Second daughter conceived. I had her on my birthday. And from that journey, we found out pregnancy test doesn't work for me. I can be 9 months pregnant and take a pregnancy test. I don't have enough of the hormones, so it always comes up negative, no matter what. What happened to all those diagnoses? I don't know. I don't know, because it was the fact that we was actually talking about IVF. Remember the fertility pills didn't work. We was talking about, they would say, is that your next step, and do we want to do that? Yeah. And I think we said, nah. For us, we said if this doesn't work, we're gonna stop here. It's just not.
And
our
then that
time.
was like 12 years ago. Like, IVF was still pretty. It was fairly new, and we were fairly just breaking even monetarily. So there was no way that I was going to be investing in an IVF.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it was a lot. It wasn't anything covering our insurance, so it was definitely a lot of money. And it was like good thing with fertility pills. Like even though I was taking, it, I'm surprised like I didn't have twins or triplets or something like that.
Yeah, because you were already pregnant before you took the pills.
That's like I was already pregnant. I was taking the pills, but all the tests kept coming back. And only thing they was doing is the urine test, so all kept coming back negative. So when I took the pills, fertility pills, I was actually pregnant, but I didn't know it. Third child happened rather quick.
I don't even. Yeah, it was.
Oh,
like,
you don't remember?
barely. It's like
Williamsburg.
it just was like Oh yeah, you're pregnant again.
Yeah, it was like really. That was like the quickest. It was like really. You're pregnant. It was like what? He gives me a high five talking about we did it. What? Like we were the sports team. So all of them was intentional, especially when I was told I would never have children because I don't get a menstrual cycle, so they can't say that I ovulate. But we were able to have 3 children. Honestly, in the beginning, since it was something I always heard, I had no hope in having children. I know even though writing the name in the Bible and everything, I still didn't think it was going to happen. It was him. It was him who kept telling me it is.
Yeah.
What made you believe that it was?
I don't know because I didn't see me not having kids. So that's really all it was. It just was a very small amount of belief. And especially like back then, like you gotta remember like the way I was reared is like either you have faith or you don't. So very little small things you should be able to believe in. And I just always believed that like I was gonna get married, I was gonna have kids. So my thing was why am I gonna stop believing in that? You know what I'm saying? It's just a real simple matter of faith. And like even like this whole topic for me is really struggle with even just talking about it. Not because like we don't have kids, because I know people who trying to and don't have a kid. So it's like my thing is like what would I say to them? Because having faith and believing yada yada, like everybody has their own amount of faith and their own amount of belief. But like if they don't see the thing happen, it's like what I'm like, how am I helping? You know what I'm saying? So like it was, and we talked about this before we even started. I was like, I don't even really want to do this because I feel almost because like I feel like a hypocrite because I actually have kids and people who actually may potentially listen to this and be like, well, what are you gonna tell me? Because I ain't got no kid. You know what I'm saying?
And when he told me that, I said my response was, why do we have to have an answer? It's just simply my journey. When he thought he already have kids, I never did. And it's like people used to ask me, like, you gonna have children? I was like, no, because I started believing that I would never, because that's what I was always told, that it would happen. So it's like the same relationship. Our beliefs were totally different. So even though you say believe in something, I did believe in something, but I didn't believe it would happen. So I stopped wanting that. And then it's even funny because people came to me like, why did you have a child so early? And I'm like, if you know my journey, and it wasn't really an option to have a child early because I was told I shouldn't have none. You know, the question like, why are you having children so early?
Yeah. It was annoying. It was so annoying.
Like, we was already pregnant. I'm like, no, it would never happen. But I would make sure that before we got married, I was asking him, are you sure? Because this is not going to happen. And he, yes, it is. Yes, it is. No, it's not. We try like think about this before we go ahead and get married, because I might not have children, or we won't have them in the natural sense. Like I'm getting pregnant, and he was really adamant.
I don't know. You can call it what you want, but I just knew, and I held on to that, and the payback of the return on that investment was so fast.
Yes.
So like that was the astonishing part. in retrospect, because in the moment, it was like, well, this was going to happen anyway. But but like living and seeing people go through their struggles and really kind of delving into life in general, it's like, wow, like we truly were blessed because it really shouldn't have went that way.
Yeah, really, right.
Nah, it shouldn't have went that way at all. And
Especially
like
with Madison, like I was given every diagnosis, endometriosis,
endometriosis.
endometriosis. Yes, I said that wrong. I mean, it was a lifelong of diagnosis. I was like, what in the world? Like, and I used to come home every test I used to take, man, I used to cry.
Yeah.
I was crying. He's like, "Why you keep taking another test?" I'm like, "Cause I want to see if I'm pregnant." It really bothered me once I decided that okay, I guess like he kind of gave me a little hope,
Yeah.
and then I was like, I'm taking tests, negative, negative, negative. He's like, "Why you keep?" I'm taking to the most expensive test to the dollar treatment. Right? I'm like, he's like, "Why you keep taking it?" Because to me, I guess I started believing it, especially when we had the first one,
Yeah.
our first child. I'm like, okay, maybe I could do this. And then my first child was telling me I was pregnant, but doctors was still telling me I wasn't. And this time, I'm like, I was a lot smaller than I am now. This time, I'm like, remember, I was showing.
Yeah.
And they told me it was like psychosomatic because of the hormone, taking the fertility pills and really wanted to. My mind started believing, and then my body started believing it too. I'm like, Dad, I was like, this is the last time I'm gonna say this because they gonna have me hospitalized if I keep saying that I'm pregnant. Because you didn't go to that appointment when the doctor was looking at me
I
like,
wasn't there for that. Yeah.
like, why you keep saying this on your test on that? He looking back, negative, negative. He took one this day, negative, negative, negative. We did ultrasound, negative. I'm like, good question. I was like, I am losing it. But for me, it wasn't even. It was our story about the birth, and me. I believed I would never have children, so I stopped desiring them. Even though kind of low key, I wanted kids. I'm like, why get my hopes up if I know that it's never going to happen?
Yeah.
But it's sometimes, and then even though he believed, when we actually got pregnant, he was shocked. I'm like, why are you shocked with something you believe?
Still shocking.
So it just go back that even sometimes we get what we want, and it still throws us off guard.
Yeah. Very much so.
But even with me, despite even God had done it before, that the second time, I didn't have faith that it's like I did have faith that it would happen, but the medical doctors kept telling me that it wasn't. So I believed it. And third time it was planned, but it wasn't planned for that
Nah.
that day.
Nah, that was super quick.
It was like that. That's the first time I went to the doctor, and they was like, "You're pregnant." It was like some weeks. I was like, I don't know how to go to a pregnancy, find out I'm only weeks pregnant, because every pregnancy, like I'm like almost out of my first trimester.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what this experience is going to be like. I don't know. That was rough, like going through finding out you weeks. The day my third child, the day we actually her birthday is in February. We wasn't trying to really have a baby start until February, and we ended up having one in February.
Yeah, like that last one was like that whole thing was rough.
Oh my gosh. Being older,
Yeah.
having multiple children.
Yeah. Having like. Did you start like? Did you have a new? Did you start a new job? Do the same job?
It was the same job.
I started a new job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started a new job that summer.
Same job.
Yeah, it was difficult.
I had morning sickness for a majority of my pregnancy.
Yeah, the last one sucks.
And I hate when I went to the doctor and they're like, you're losing weight. I'm like, I'm so sick. They're like, drink something. I'm like, what you think I'm doing? Like, drink or eat something. I'm like, what you think I'm doing? That's not the problem. It's not staying.
They're throwing up water, yo.
I was throwing up water. And sometimes just the thought of what, like, I was so sick. I was so sick. And they kept telling me, well, you older now.
Yeah.
You have more children. I'm like, this is not fair. But even, remember with our first one, when we named our children, I think because of the desire to have children and thinking I would never have children, we make sure to name them something that was real meaningful. So my oldest one, her name is Desiree because it really came from desire because I desired to have a child and I never thought it would happen. So when it happened, it's like she was my desire manifested. So each of our children have named Madison, which means warrior. We named her that because she had to come through a lot. That's the one I had the most trouble conceiving. Like she had to really fight to be here. And my baby's purpose, her name, so we eat. And then going back,
Actually, name's Nia.
Nia, yeah, but me and purpose. But going back, I remember we went to church that day when we found out we first had our first child, and Pastor David said, if God told you to conceive a child, you don't have to worry about any of your needs.
Yeah, it said like if you do it the right way, he'll provide.
When I say her first for a year or two,
yeah, he paid for nothing.
We didn't pay for anything. Like even if we was like Pampers or low, we'd get a doorbell, somebody at the door, a delivery. Here's more Pampers. It was like, what? It was just so overwhelming in a good way.
Yeah.
So for me, it's message. Sometimes when I'm feeling down or feel like people told you can't do anything. It's to just remember with me, my children, I was told since a kid that I would never have children, and I have 3. So more so, because what's your question? How to tell people? Just because it happened, like we were able to have children, it doesn't negate the struggle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't negate the struggle.
I understand that.
It was still real. And then, I don't know, maybe more so, I don't want to say real for me because since I was told something as a little girl, as a child, that was never happened.
Yeah, and it also was even though like I still blindly thought I was gonna have a kid, like it still was painful, and I think a lot of people kind of discredit the male's role during pregnancy because a lot of time people think like, oh, like it don't really affect them, but like a lot of times if you have an actual real man who really wants and desires like to have a family and they can't have that, like that affects them because they want to be able to experience this different type of love. Like when you have a child, they it's life altering. Like it's different. Mm-hmm. The amount of emotion and new love that's unlocked is nothing that you have ever experienced up to that point. Mm-hmm. So I would definitely would want men to like really be honest about that emotion and be honest about them actually having kids and how precious it is to be a father, especially like to some girls, and just being there for them, being present and being available and being emotionally available, because being a parent is a very stressful job that you don't have a break from. Like it's especially early on when they're younger, it's like, yo, there's no break because you mess around, your child be somewhere doing something random and you be held responsible for them. So you have to keep a watchful eye. But like
that's true.
But yeah, like in that sense, being a father is probably but outside of being a husband, being a father is the most important job that I have. Like I can't discredit the amount of work that goes into being a father. So
I know, because when we discussed in the beginning, when we was kind of adamant, like, look, you're going to be, especially when we found out we having girls, you're going to be these girls' first boyfriend. So you got to treat them as, you got to show them how, when they get out there dating, how they should be treated. And we kind of did a lot of emphasis on you're going to be their first male figure that they're going to see.
Yeah.
And you treat them. And my father, talking about my father, that's the first thing he told me. He said, Keisha, if a man can't treat you like I treat you, you don't need him because you have a father. And now, when we was talking about, I think that made it made a big difference. Because certain things I just didn't take up. I didn't put up with it because it's
Yeah.
like, I got a daddy. I don't need you for your money. I got to ask my daddy for money.
Yeah.
you know. So I was, when we found out I had girls going, he was like, that's the biggest thing. So Rashad does like daddy and daughter date night. Even when we celebrate Valentine's Day, flowers for everybody and cards for everything. I mean, even to the point, I remember he gave me some flowers, and was it Madison? Was like, oh mom, we got some flowers. They nice. I said, we got some flowers. But they expect that from, and they're acting like, Dad, when you gonna take me on a date? And which I really do like that.
Yeah.
I really do like
It's a little
that.
hard to do that now, but
Date to live room.
Yeah, where you going?
But even the way they like hang up, like he'll sit down and all of them jump on him. They're like, sometimes he feel good about it. Sometimes he looks at me like, Keisha.
Sometimes it's especially like now because we're all in the house, it can be very, very overwhelming and like I just be needing space, man. But I do love that they would even want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just knowing that that's an option for them. That's a want and a need for them.
Especially our oldest. She's about to be
Yeah.
16. She's in her teenage years where she's not really looking for natural human development. She's taking more from her peers than for us. So for her to still talk to us and still want to
converse and chat
and lay on us
and like it's amazing.
And then even, I know we kind of gay, but even with having children, the thing is, like, I'm not affectionate. And people don't realize this. Rashad is the more affectionate one than I am. And people don't think that because you're demeanor. Rashad is really affectionate. I am not affectionate. But our children are really, really affectionate. So it would make me have to grow a little bit.
Yeah.
But part of it is being affectionate because of me too, because I'm affectionate to them.
Yeah, you're affectionate to children, not really adults.
So we leave out. I can go to the car and come back. They like, Mom, I love you. Like, you just see me. Mom, come give me a hug and kiss. It's like, I'm just going downstairs. I'm coming back. But they trained me well. Because I know that's what they need. And you like it. You like getting hugs. And
yes, it's good.
Yeah, so
it's a good thing.
They had to change my mindset. So even though, and we have this rule now, like no one leaves the house without saying, give each other a kiss and say, I love you. And I'm not sure where that came. Did they put that in place, or did we?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah. And like even my oldest, we can have a 5-minute conversation. She makes sure to end it with saying, I love you. And then let's say she called me back 2 minutes later, she'll end that conversation with, I love you. I was like, so I'm really proud of how they're.
Yeah, really, even like in school, because I work at the same school she goes to in the hallway. Hey, Dad, love you, Dad. I'm like, bro, I don't work here, y'all.
Because at her age, that's when they kind of
straight, but like they not they she hasn't. I can't vouch for the rest of them, but Desiree hasn't. So
no, I was like that too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they haven't.
Yeah, ain't 16 yet. Yeah,
they hit that point. I think that's pretty much what's wrong with today.
So moral of our story is
really,
have faith.
A moral? Man,
hold on. Have faith.
Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. Yeah. Oh God. Oh, you touched me too. Disgusting.
6 feet distance.
Yeah, but like. Well, we just want to wrap it up. It's been a good chat. I hope that whatever you gain from it, and just learn to I don't know. This is just our story today. But yeah, that's it.
Especially who want to have me a moral of the story.
Yeah, because no, there is no moral to the story. This is literally.
But this is just our
it's just a story.
one chapter in our marriage.
It's not even a chapter. It's like we just skipped around.
Yeah.
So much. Yeah, it's a lot of subtleties and intricate points that we barely touched on. But yeah, but this was good though. Who is this episode sponsored by today? Oh man, you don't know. It's your mama, because she's probably the only person listening to this. So as soon as we get some sponsors, we'll let y'all know. But anyway, this has been Hanging with the Joneses, episode 3. Hope you guys have a great week.
This is.
You did it again. Yeah. Stop doing that, yo.
No.
I asked you nicely the first time.
No, I'm not. I'm not. That's my signature. You don't control me.